What's going on YouTube? It's your boy JJ here, back with some more Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Last time we made our way to the fight area and went over about halfway through this route over here. Now, in the time span between both episodes, this one and the previous one I leveled up my team a little bit and filled up a ton of pages in my Pokédex. Not intentionally, but I just did some stuff off camera like in the Grand Underground, did a few trades, and I'm gonna see if I can show off what happens when you finish the entire Pokédex here. But for now, we're just gonna go through the rest of this route here and make our way to the survival area, I believe it is. I didn't level up the team too much per se, only about a few levels or so. But as you might have seen, we're still below level 70, but we're closer to that point now. But moving on ahead, here's a dubious disc. This is an evolutionary item that you would use to evolve a Porygon 2 into a Porygon Z, but I don't have a Porygon yet, so we can't really do much for that item so far. And here we go with the first trainer of the episode. My team's been trained through and through, so is mine. Ace Trainer Quinn with a Pinsir. I actually think Pinsir's version exclusive only in Shining Pearl, whereas Brilliant Diamond gets Scyther, and both are in the Grand Underground. Pinsir is rather beefy, but I'm pretty sure one Rock Slide can take it out. And it does. Though to be fair, we're about 10 levels above it. And a Mightyena. I love Mightyena. As honestly, it's not a very strong Pokemon, unfortunately. It's about lower mid-tier, but having caught it so often in Emerald, it grew on me a lot. It does get some good moves like Sucker Punch, Crunch, Play Rough, and the Elemental Fangs, but honestly, Mightyena isn't too dangerous. There's that Sucker Punch I was talking about. But there we go. Goes down really easily. If Mightyena just had a bit more of a certain stat, probably either defense, speed, or attack, it could be a lot better. Honestly, if they give it an evolution, it could be really cool. I'd appreciate it. But, despite having trained his team through and through, they were no match for us. Now, what's up here? There's the exit to the route up ahead. I don't think there's really too much left. And the more I see this route, the more I think to myself, I could have done this last episode, but we were a bit shorter on time because of the story, or post-game story at least, so I don't think it was too bad. Anything up here? No? Shame. Probably one or two more trainers, I believe. Can you find Purugly here in Shining Pearl? Pretty sure you can, it makes sense. But regardless, we do have one more trainer here. We're the opponents. Well, I'm definitely one of those. Okay, I don't remember if it's Ace Trainer Deanna. That sounds familiar, right? But I'm pretty sure it's not her. There's a trainer in this post-game area, in one of the routes here, that has a Blissey, I believe, that you can actually rematch. And because she has Blissey, she gives you a ton of experience. But I think it's in an area further ahead. Down goes Flappy. Trophies, okay, so it's not her, but I know a trainer like that is here somewhere. One Rock Slide should be enough. And it is. And I'm pretty sure with this, Infernape can get to level 70? He does. We finally reached level 70 threshold. Alright, got some more berries over here. I believe those are tomato berries. I thought they were lychee for a second, but that makes more sense. Tomato berries, I believe, are a stat boosting berry. They can't be a lychee because lychee is attack. Tomato, I think, is either special attack or these berries are a friendship berry. If they're friendship, I think they lower attack and raise friendship. But we have one more area right here you can go up to with rock climb. Thankfully now, because rock climb is really not to use too much in this route besides this one part here. And here you have a trainer. Our first dragon tamer since Victory Road. I think he has Dratini and Dragonair. One little thing about Dratini is that in the post-game now, since we're here, Dratini can be found in the Grand Underground, although because they're a rare spawn, it can take a lot of finding. The only other way to encounter a wild one is in Mount Coronet, in the little pond area when going to Snow Point City. If you use the Super Rod in that pool, you can find a Dratini, but they're still rather rare. And I was right, he has a Dragonair. Dragonair, Fall from Dratini. I feel like they could have given him a Dragonite, but to be fair, we just got past a Garchomp. Giving him another pseudo this soon would be not brutal since we were high enough level, but they don't ever do that, and I don't understand why. Level 68 on Garchomp here, and we win. And our reward is a Dawnstone. With the National Dex now being available, we do have more Pokemon that can evolve via Dawnstone. Namely, the only two in this game, which is a female Snorunt into a Frostlass, and a male Kirlia into a Gallade. But, with that said and done, we now made our way here to the survival area, the second of 3 towns in this post-game area. And this area is actually different depending on which version you're playing. If you're playing Diamond and Pearl in the remakes, it looks like this, rather plain. But if you're playing Platinum, then this house to the left of the Pokemon Center is actually different. In these games, it's just a house, as you can see here. And this man tells us about Stark Mountain. This is actually, I believe, required either right now or after visiting an area up ahead. But like I was saying, in Platinum, this house is actually replaced with a special cafe where you can re-battle the gym leaders and even the stat trainers we found earlier, like Riley, Mira, and Cheryl. Can't buy any Dust Balls here. I was hoping to buy some Dust Balls because I used up a lot in between recordings, and I wanted to get more. But that's actually pretty much it for this area. There's not really much else to do here, to my knowledge. And now we can move ahead to Route 226. Now, first and foremost, there's a rock climb area here, and I think this is a pretty interesting thing to show off. Again, comparing this to Platinum, up here would be another move tutor where you would use some of your, I believe, the yellow shards or green shards. However, in this game, you take the trouble of coming here. I'm sorry, but there's nothing. So yeah, this guy can't even give us anything. And that's what I was saying, in Platinum, there's a move tutor up here, so it's at least worth your while. Here, unfortunately, not so much. So I guess we'll just limp home then. If you catch that reference, you made my day. But Route 226 is fairly similar to 227 in terms of the encounters. But there is a certain difference, obviously, in that you need Rock Climb. When it comes to having all these HMs needed to be used now, it can be a bit annoying having to swap out any HM slaves in the old games. But here, thankfully, there's no such issue. And we have one of those moving trainers who will battle here. Why not? We have more than enough firepower within us, especially at this high level. And he only has one Mon too. Scarlet. This is a Mon I don't think Garchomp will want to take out. Not because he can't, or she can't, excuse me, but because Skarmory is a physical wall, and facing it with a physical attacker is not the best idea. So, for the first time in a while, I think it's time for Manaphy to take it on. Battle sounds, not gonna matter because I don't think it has any special attacks. And I could be wrong about that because I might have Air Slash, but Skarmory itself is, like I said, a physical wall with more physical attacks. I believe it does get Body Press, but it's not in this game, to my knowledge at least. And that's it. It needs to grow more. You can't just win with one Pokemon, especially as an NPC. Get good! Have more berries up here. The berries in Postgame, to my knowledge, are generally either more competitive or just poppin' berries. What I mean by more competitive is that they're like these Fallout berries and Pomeg berries here. Either stat reducing berries, stat raising berries, or poppins. Like, you're not gonna find anything like Oran berries or maybe Peaches out here, but that's about it. Playing in the post-game area now, not completely new, but I rarely do it whenever I play Gen 4, so I can never really know for sure what a trainer has, even though I've made some mistakes with some teams throughout the main story, but it's gonna be more prevalent here, because, again, as I keep saying, I've played Platinum more than Diamond, so I'm more accustomed to the teams in that game. Carbos, always helpful. I would honestly, if you find any Carbos or anything like that that you didn't use in the main story, if you intend to fill up the Pokédex, save them, because you're going to need them. Lagging Tail. Don't know if I had any yet, but I'm pretty sure I did. I have a double battle here. Nah, why not? I don't remember a double battle being here. I know there's a Bird Keeper here for sure, but I was not remembering this Dragon Tamer. Seadra Golbat. I don't think I gave Manaphy Energy Ball, probably because we have a Grass type already, but it could have been useful here. But it is what it is. Gonna target that Seadra because we don't have anything else for it. Well, this second could be enough. It's not, but just barely. Rock Slide should finish off. And it clears the field. Good. Now I'd imagine you have a Kingdra or another Seadra. Manaphy gets a level up there. Zatu and question mark. Gyarados. There's a Psychic drop, which would be a bit annoying, but I think we got this. We have to target Gyarados though, just in case of Ice Fang, but it is what it is. And these trainers are definitely getting up there in level now, at least compared to the other ones. The ones in Route 225, I think the route was, were around the early to mid 50s. These guys here are 57, so they're definitely climbing higher. They both survived, actually. Huh. Ah well, we're still in. I'm pretty sure that this is as high as they go, though. They don't really climb up above 57. The highest maybe might be 60 for only like 1 or 2 trainers, and that's only going to be in Stark Mountain when we reach there. However, I'm sorry for the long pause. When it comes to Stark Mountain, I might take the path leading up to it and the mountain itself to be 2 separate episodes, and the interior of Stark Mountain is pretty big. It's big enough for the camera to zoom out. So I might take an episode to dedicate an episode to it by itself. But I don't know for certain. Speaking of Energy Ball, there it is right here, TM53 Energy Ball. The move itself is a very solid grass type attack, which can lower special defense, I believe. Not bad for either Manaphy or Roserade, but because of the moves they have now, I don't think we really need it. Back to what I was saying about Stark Mountain, though. I will probably be dedicating an episode to it and the route connecting to it from the south. And up ahead here we have a branching path that leads up to it, after this water here. So instead of going north to the mountains, I think I'm going to be heading south. And I'm not going to keep going in a roundabout, so let's just keep going. What do you have here? Swimmer Lydia with 3 Mons that are probably trash. D-Barrel. I was right. I should mention that since we have the national decks, the Ramanas Park is now available to us, but just like Stark Mountain, I'll probably dedicate an episode to it entirely. And with Ramanas Park being home to several legendaries, I will probably... Actually, I don't know. Because of the randomness of trying to catch a legendary, as opposed to Dialga, who was a story legendary that had a high catch rate, the legendaries in Ramanas Park have a much lower catch rate of around 3, the same as a Beldum, so catching them is going to be tougher and more random. I will adjust my team accordingly, as best as I can. However, I can't really promise how long or short it'll be, especially because of the type of some of them, that I can't really paralyze them or do any other status, but I'll figure something out. And because it could be random trying to catch them, I might have to dedicate one episode to one legendary, or I can do the entire thing in one go. It really depends on how it turns out, but I'm not gonna complain too much about it. I don't think it's worth stressing over. I'll show it off, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. But focusing on the now, on the battle, and what is up ahead is a bit of a weird thing, honestly, but I feel like it's worth mentioning. Not this random encounter. Seal. Seal is actually another version exclusive. If you're playing Brilliant Diamond, you get Seal. If you're playing Shining Pearl, you get a much better Pokemon in the form of Spiel, which evolves into Walrein. They're both water-ice types, but Walrein is superior overall because it has better bulk, better abilities, and I believe it learns better moves overall. But what I wanted to show off was in this house here. It's the Meister. The Meister is an NPC that will give you that will offer a trait for you. And the Pokemon he trades, if he actually mentions it, Finneon. He will trade you his foreign Magikarp, which I believe is from the German language. From the German language. He'll trade you a German Magikarp for your Finneon. There's not really much of a point for trading it. It gets the same bonuses as the traded Mon, bonus experience, yada yada yada. But it's only worth it if you really want something different. Otherwise, it's just a regular Magikarp. When it comes to the hidden items here, I'm pretty sure there's a few vitamins here that I could pick up, but I'll probably do that off camera. Or stuff like Big Pearls here. But yeah, don't really much to do in this route besides that. And there's not really much in terms of the area either. This route is rather small, a few trainers, the Meister, but that's pretty much it. There's not really much to this area. I could go around every area showing off the new encounters, but because of they're so numerous, I don't think it's really worth it. Not because I don't want to show off the content, because any content is good content, obviously, but because, again, they're random encounters as well, so it's really tough to actually do. One encounter that I might be able to show off, though, are the swarms, because I did activate them. And in the menu, if you noticed, it said there are a bunch of Spinda on Route 227, which we are approaching now. I just don't remember if that's the desert area to the right, or if it goes up north. If it is up north, I can try showing it off. It's a sneak peek into what's ahead. As Rose reaches level 70. And one last Carvana. Carvana is actually available in the Great Marsh with the Super Route though, so if you want to head there and get your own, feel free. It's fast and admittedly rather frail, but it hits hard. And it is a decent mixed attacker too. But like I said, it is frail. Then again, we are using a card jump here, so no wonder everything just dies to it. But we did go down a dead-end path, so let's go the right way this time. Which is up here. And, yep, about 227. So up here, and you can see them in the overworld now, are Spinda. I don't know why they're despawning. Admittedly, I've never really done spawns in these games, because it's the first time I've ever done a new spawn. But hey, we found one. Here's a Spinda. Spinda is a fairly weak normal type. Its whole gimmick is confusion, pretty much. I'll catch one just for general purpose. I've caught a bunch of quick balls too. I'll catch one for the Pokedex that I haven't caught one yet, but admittedly it's also not very good in terms of battle properties, so I'm only catching it for Pokedex reasons. Pokedex here. And to the box you go, where you'll never come out. Sounds cruel, but it's a Spinda. One Pokemon I honestly would consider, if you want to change up your team a little bit in the postgame, is actually Rhyhorn here. If you are able to level it up once or twice, or a few times, it evolves to level 42, it's a Rhydon. If you manage to evolve it, and then get the item called the Protector, you can trade it to get a Rhyperior, which is a very bulky and very physically oriented Pokemon. It is a bit specially frail, but it actually is really good in for physical attacks. To the right, we have Route 228. These routes, 227 and 228, are fairly sizable, and there's a bunch of tough trainers on both sides. I think 227 is a bit shorter though. However, I do want to cover 228, 229, and 230 right here before we move on ahead. And doing so will bring us to the resort area as well. So, I'm going to end the episode here, and next time on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, we're going to explore the rest of Route 228. See you guys then.